Okay guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be reading Am I the Asshole? Reddit questions.
Yes,
Reddit statements. Okay, whatever. Am I the asshole for not wanting my kids to play in dog shit? Okay. Okay, the other day I let my two young kids play in a kiddie pool out front. I've got a fake grass lawn. A guy walking his dog stopped, let his dog shit in my yard. Baffled, I just said, "What the fuck?" He goes, "I'm cleaning it up. I clean it up every time my dog poops here." I tell him, "I don't care if you clean it up. My young kids play in the grass like they are now, and I don't want them playing in dog shit." Okay, now that makes sense. Now the title is starting to make sense. He says he always picks up his turds, I'm sorry, the word, and nothing is left behind. I'm like, "There's still poop residue, and your dog peed. Are you spraying my yard down?" He of course says no. I say, "Don't ever let your dog do its business here again." He just stares at me. I continue, "I don't have a dog. I don't want dog problems affecting my life." He says, "You could have just asked nicely, asshole," and say some other mean things. I yell, "I hope I never see you again." My wife saw the whole thing and said I was a bit aggressive, especially with the kids around.
That's kind of true.
What's true?
But what if he was trying to get his dog to like shit somewhere else?
I mean,
And then the dog, can't control itself, so it shits in the yard.
I don't think it had to escalate to that point.
Like, he was a bit, aggressive. And the kids weren't even going anywhere near the dog shit.
Shit, at this point, all these kids are iPad
They
kids
were
at this
no,
point.
they
So,
were-
what are they doing outside?
They were in a kiddie pool.
Because people, they be walking with those,
But,
bag
if they're
things.
cleaning it up, yeah. Because my dog shits.
They can't, get everything. Like, they can't suck, pee out of the ground, where they pee. So
Yeah, besides, what do you think fucking birds do?
No, for real.
They be shitting in grass and
The
shit.
worms be shitting in there.
Worms live there, bro. If he hasn't even noticed, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? I fully expected his kids to, come home full of, shit.
I know from the title, this is what the title says. Am I the asshole for not wanting my kids to play in dog shit?
Mm-hmm. If you tell me that the kids actually went up there and were, messing with it.
With the shit, I'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with my kid? First
then
off.
I'd get mad. Yeah.
I'll also be like, "Kid, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
Well,
at this
kids,
point. Yeah, I used to make mud poop when I was little.
Oh.
Am I the asshole?
When I was little, there was this other, I don't remember if she was a cousin or a friend's child or something. My parents
Okay.
friend child. She walked out of the bathroom covered in her shit and she smeared it everywhere.
What the fuck? Stop. I hate those type of things because
What do you mean when you say you made mud poop?
it's not poop. It's mud. And we would call it fake poop. That's what I mean by mud poop. I wouldn't be playing with actual shit.
No, I was about to say, I was like, you confessed that a little too normally.
So that's what you thought?
Yeah, that's why I looked at you like, what the hell, bro? Am I the asshole for forcing my daughter to gut a fish? I, 38, have two daughters, 13 and 10. They are wonderful, and when I was growing up, I had I had to learn a lot of life skills. My wife and I have been teaching them life skills such as cooking, cleaning, and car maintenance. My oldest is older. No shit. So she gets much more hands-on experience. So she gets much more hands-on experience. This summer we went camping and she had to make the fire and tent. Get the feel for it. We went fishing but didn't catch anything. I went to port and I bought a few whole fish not gutted. We live on the ocean. This is a life skill. It's common to buy fish whole. If she wants to, they spelled it wrong. That wasn't me. If she wants to eat fish, she needs to know how to gut them. Took it home and was going to teach her how to process a whole fish. I think this is important to do and understanding. It's a fish and she was grossed out, but I made her do it and then we cooked it. She went to my wife telling her I forced her to gut a fish. This resulting in an argument about forcing the kids to do stuff, but it's a life skill and we force them to learn how to cook and do laundry, so I don't see the difference. She is mad at me and so is my oldest. I think if a kid doesn't want to do something, they shouldn't have to do it. Unless it's like,
I agree
you know,
with that. And I'm actually
unless
shocked
they made a mess and they have to clean it. But like, to gut a fish.
I really thought you were gonna say something else because one, yes, like a kid shouldn't have to do that. They don't want to. But like, I thought we were gonna say something different. Well, I wasn't gonna say something different, but kind of. I was like 50-50.
What were you gonna say, Maju?
I'm sorry. You know when we're like, we grew up basically like you have to do it, like yes or yes. Well, I grew up that way.
I grew up like that too. They're kids, and if they have no problem doing anything else, and like this is the only thing they have a problem with, don't make them do it.
Mm-hmm. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my parents unless they pay up front? My brother is a lawyer, and whenever he does work for my parents, they pay him and act very proud that he went to law school and made something of himself. I'm a plumber. I didn't really enjoy school or basking in the glow of my younger brother, so I got an apprenticeship.
You sound like a broken record.
I'm right out of high school, and now I have my own company. Whenever my parents call me for help, I pop over and fix whatever they have going on, and then I might stick around for a bit to catch up with them. Please, Mike. Lately, though, they have been kind of assholes. My nephew is going to college this fall, and he is probably going to become a lawyer as well. I'm proud of him. He is a good kid who has worked his ass off to get where he is. My parents, however, have decided that they need to push my kids to be successful and like me. That's kind of mean.
That is mean.
They were over a few weeks ago, and they were bugging my daughter about where she was going to study after high school and what she wanted to be. She said she wanted to go to school to be a vet tech. That wasn't good enough. Oh. She should go to, I know, I saw you nodding, like that's good. And then they said, that wasn't good enough, sweetie. She should go to university and become a veterinarian. They just kept pushing even after she explained her reasoning. It kind of pissed me off, so we had some flooding in our area last week and my parents needed some emergency help. I was busy because a lot of people needed emergency help, so I said no.
And they would have been like, I'm your parent.
They said I was being a jerk, not helping them out, and that my brother always made time for them.
Oh.
So I said that my emergency fee was X amount of dollars, and that as soon as they paid that, I would be right over. They hung up on me. Ooh. Obviously, every other plumber in the area was busy, and my fee was actually still a friends and family deal. So after calling around, they found out that they would be on a wait list for days and pay more. So they paid my fee, and I went over and fixed the problem. They have been mad ever since, but I pointed out that I was a successful businessman, that like my brother, I expected to be paid for my work.
Good for him, honestly.
Honestly, damn.
Fuck them parents.
Because you know what's another good example? Like, it's so good for people to, like, give discounts for their family, but some family be pushing it. Like, for example, if one of your family members is, like, a lash tech, a nail tech, does haircuts, is a mechanic and stuff. I know.
My aunt does facials for me for free, but because I take care of her rat child for free. So I'm
Hey. That's not pushing because I would do the same thing. Because that's what I do. Like, if I have a problem with my car or someone, or like with my AC, you know, family isn't bad all the time. Pushing it would be like, you didn't put me first. That's where it's kind of like pushing it. No. You know what I'm saying? But
she's like, yeah, I'll do it for you for free.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
that's if they want to.
And then you can give them a tip anyway. If you're feeling generous.
I don't be giving tips.
His parents are assholes. He's not the asshole.
Yeah, he's definitely not the asshole.
Am I the asshole for refusing to cat sit for my brother? My brother, who has 2 cats, has asked me to cat sit for 2 weeks when him and his wife go on vacation. I love his cats and they're really sweet, so I said that he should just leave me a key to their house when they leave and I take care of the rest. For free, obviously. He clarified that that was not what he had meant and he wanted them to live with me for the time that he was gone. The problem is that I live with my girlfriend and she is allergic to cats. She can tolerate them for an hour or two if she takes her meds beforehand, but even then she is constantly sneezing, her eyes are watering, and sometimes she has trouble breathing properly. I told him I'd gladly drop by twice a day to feed his cats, clean the litter boxes, and play with them for a bit, but having them live with us wasn't something I was comfortable with. He called me selfish because it would only be for 2 weeks and that I should be happy about it since I love cats and can't have my own. However, I don't want to force my girlfriend to medicate herself just so she can comfortably live in her own apartment, especially since she works remotely and is in our flat at least 20 hours a day. My sister-in-law is on my side and has tried to get my brother to understand our situation, but he is very set on his opinion and has called both me and my girlfriend overdramatic.
This is a good way for me to know tea without being involved. Wait a
For
second.
real. If their girlfriend is allergic to cats, like, understand that. Cats don't need people to be with them 24/7. Yeah, we have 4 cats. My aunt has 5 cats. She just left on vacation. We had to go over there to feed her cats. But they'd stay by
They don't
themselves.
have to live with you. That's like a whole different
They
level.
stay by themselves most of the time. So.
Especially since the girlfriend is literally allergic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for the brother to say that they're over dramatic is him being over dramatic himself.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for leaving a used pad on the bathroom
I saw that
sink?
One. Sorry.
Am I the asshole for being upset? I was told that being upset... Hold on, let's restart. Am I the asshole for being upset? I was told that being upset was making things more awkward when confronting gossiping, I heard. I'd plan on outing my... Hold on.
I like it when they're separated like this. She still can.
I planned an outing with my 18-month-year-old, a friend and her 18-month-year-old. Hello? The fuck? 18-year-old? 18-month-year-old, bitch. A friend and her friend I hadn't met previously. Each of us has kids, but they let theirs with either the husband or parents. I'm a single parent without any help, so the child goes everywhere I go. I made sure they knew this ahead of time and agreed. While we are out, I'm visibly struggling to carry everything to the extent that strangers are asking if they can help. They went far ahead of us. I feel it is rude to leave people behind. I also feel like offering to help someone whose hands are full is the common courtesy thing to do. The friend is talking about money and job issues. I agreed with everything she said and also provided some suggestions. I came back to her gossiping to her friend about what I said, not knowing I could hear them. As an adult, come to me if you have an issue with me, period. I tell them that I heard them. They called me passive-aggressive for pointing it out. I also mentioned them leaving us behind and not offering to help when you see someone's hands being full is rude. The friend of friend is practically yelling, saying she'd never bring a baby everywhere, that she doesn't exist to raise the child for me, I'm lazy, etc. I will admit I'm not as physically fit as them, and obviously I'm carrying a baby and stuff, but I do not think I am lazy. I sit there quietly. Honestly, I'm crying, but I'm wearing sunglasses and not facing them so they don't notice. The friend is mad that I'm not speaking to her and called me passive-aggressive and says, "You will not ignore me like this." Bitch, I would have already thrown hands. They think they said what they said, and I need to not make things more awkward. Later, she sent me a Cash App request for $64 for my portion of what they ordered for the table. I paid for what I ordered myself. Am I the asshole for how I feel, bullied, and not sending the $64? It seems ignoring her made her angry, and I've never experienced that before. Girl, you're not the asshole. The fuck? You wanted to bring your baby because you have a baby. What if she didn't have a babysitter, first off? And even if she did, some people don't feel comfortable with getting a babysitter.
She was bringing the baby.
Exactly. What did they fucking expect? And if, like, you see your homegirl that's, like, or, like, whoever, like, a friend that you're supposed to go out with, and they're literally struggling, you stay for them, not, like, go ahead. No,
what really got me was the audacity to ask for the $64 for a portion when she already paid her food.
Bitch. They are the asshole here. That was a lot of reading, guys.
My mouth is on fire. Ah! Okay, so that's basically it for this video. Let us know your opinions in the comments down below, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.